Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for coming to this presentation. I am glad to see you all. My name is Sri Lasmini and I am a student from Vocational Teacher Education at the University of 11 Maret. In this opportunity, I would like to present about the energy education through the hands-on learning models case study vocational high school student in Indonesia, knowledge, attitude, and behavior. First, I will explain to you about introduction. The use of fossil energy currently still dominates in all areas of life, so that its availability is starting to decrease. This problem will become serious if from now on no renewable energy sources are developed. Several resources have supported energy consumption to switch from non-renewable energy to renewable energy. Education becomes a solution to spread the knowledge, attitude, and behavior to renewable energy, especially to young generation. The Waters and Powers show that knowledge, attitude, and behavior towards energy are still lacking and recommends that the development and implementation of energy education can be incorporated into school. How to spread the knowledge, attitude, and behavior of renewable energy to young generation through the EE. Hands-on model is a model that is designed that students are involved in digging information, asking questions, doing activities, finding, collecting data, analyzing, and making conclusions. In this study, I aim to examine the effectiveness of the hands-on learning model for renewable energy education in vocational high school. Second, I will explain to you about research method. The study used an experimental research design. The population in the study was vocational high school students, and 126 samples were taken using random sampling. The research sample was divided into two classes, the experiment class and the control class. Third, I will explain to you about results and discussion. Figures 1 and 2 show the level of understanding of students in the control class and experiment class related to energy. Both classes indicated that the most percentage of "do you know about the energy" question was no, where the percentage of students answer no was 63% for the control class and the experiment class. The control class has the answer to the level of understanding as much as 5%, 26% know less, and the rest do not know. The experiment class only has 3 answer indicators, namely no, know less, do not know. Respectively, the answer is 63%, 35%, and the remaining 2%. The mean of students' initial understanding in both classes was the same. Figure 1 and 2 show the results of observation to find out the self-image of students related to energy use in daily life. The initial responses of students between the two classes were somewhat different. The control class has shown a positive response to energy use, and when compared to the experiment class, the score for the control class is 12% more. If evaluated on the first and second questions, as many as 60% of students understood the concept and energy problems, and only 49% of students tried to save energy in the control class, and 37% of students tried to save energy. There is a difference in the high discrepancy between students' understanding and attitudes toward trying to save energy. Figure 1 and 2 are student responses to the question, where do you know and understand energy problems? The control class and the experimental class agree that as many as 40% of students know about energy problems in school. Figure 1 and 2 are student responses to the question, how often do you tell the family about ways to save energy? The highest students' response in the control class and experiment class was that the students sometimes told their families about ways to save energy. If the first question about understanding the concept of energy and the fourth question evaluated together, as many as 60% of students know the concept of energy, and only 20% of students often tell their families about ways to save energy. Many students already understand the concept of energy but are still weak in inviting their families to save energy. The research data were analyzed using a non-parametric test, namely the Kruskal-Wallis test. The results of the Kruskal-Wallis test analysis can be seen in the table. Based on the table, the seek knowledge value less than 0,05, so it can be concluded that there is a difference in knowledge between students who follow the hands-on model. And the attitude check value less than 0,05, so it can be concluded that there are differences in attitudes between students who follow the conventional and the hands-on model. Finally, based on the table, the seek of behavior value more than 0,05, so it can be concluded that there is no difference in behavior between students who follow the conventional and hands-on model. Students' performance on energy survey. A knowledge test was conducted to measure student knowledge of energy concept. The results of the average value of student knowledge of energy can be seen in the table. The results in the table show that the level of knowledge of students in the two schools is still low. When compared between the control class and the experimental class, the value of the experimental class was higher than the control class. The hands-on model is better than direct learning. Finally, the results show that learning with the hands-on model could affect increasing the value of student knowledge, attitude, and behavior. Students become more active and have experience in making renewable energy model because of learning situations are fun and efficient for students. Meanwhile, students with a direct learning model feel bored and less active. It causes the learning process to be ineffective and inefficient. Thank you for listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.